1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly show. So today, a slightly different video. We're going to have a little look at the toy room again. So last time I showed you it, it was quite different. It's grown over the years. There's a lot more stuff in it, let's put it that way. So here we go. This is obviously, as I say, just a quick guide around the toy room. Okay, so straight away we got a Battle Armor Skeletor and He-Man. These are the reproduction ones made recently, like the ones I had as a child. I'll show you those in a minute. Then we have like Elvira, kindly donated to us by our good friend Tim. There's a cool thing here. See what that says? Yeah. And we have the Savage World Michael Myers, because I liked those when they came out. There's a few weird things dotted about. Obviously the masks up the top. We have Doctor Who. A sort of, is it a horse or a donkey? I don't know. It's got cool teeth though. And yeah, Dalek. Then we move over here, and of course there's the this is a Not Now Darling poster I found in a charity shop, which is a weird thing. A few masks here. The alien on the wall there with the mirror eyes. And yeah, so zoom out a moment so you can see kind of like the full effect of kind of how it looks. Yeah, so that's basically the entrance to the little toy room here. It's also in the office area really, which is a mess at the moment. But there's the desk and the computers, and up here we got the all the cool books. There's some cool books up there. You know, honestly, a scene by scene Psycho and Frankenstein done by the amazing Picador books. Everyone knows those. And yeah, that's cool stuff. I'm not showing this off too much. There's a Tron Goofy right there. Some old vintage cars, some Bond cars, Batmobile, and a Book of the Dead that I made. This was a DVD set that came out years ago, and if anyone has bought it or remembers it, the latex covers all fell apart because they were quite flimsily made or delicately made, and the dust got to them. So, so what I did with this was to just basically, it's got the book inside though, you know, but they were pretty well done. Yeah, as you can see, it's all there. But yeah, I just kind of remade the cover using paper mache and then some paint and then a bit of gloss, and I think it came out pretty well. It looks more like the book from the first film, I think, than the original copy did. So yeah, so this is the general office where we make videos and stuff, and we move along. And in the corner here is the toy room, which has another bookshelf by it. You can go through there. Some cool books here. It's a very nice Queen one here, next to a History of Torture, and yeah, some bootleg Beatle tapes, and there's a Queen one at the top. I showed these off in a video before. Obviously we got some cool stuff. Who's inside here? It's Batman, of course it is. And as a Viewmaster, these are so cool. If anyone remembers, we've got Wurzel Gummidge, what else we've got? Wild Birds of Nature, Popeye. All the great stuff is all here. And we move here to the 8-track tapes as well. So of course we go down here, there's a whole stack of 8-tracks, and down the bottom we have the cool 8-track playing robot, which we will set up at some point. Made by Burbank Toys, but obviously it's a Mego thing originally, and yeah, I want to fix him up and do a video on him at some point. I've not heard him play any 8-tracks as of yet, so that'd be really cool to do it. Now, I understand right now that the lighting inside of here isn't totally amazing, and we're having to film this at night. Well, basically, it's England in the winter, so we get about 4 hours of daylight. So once you come home from work and you want to film your toys, you've got to work with what you've got, really. So we're just going to go through and have a little look anyway, just have a little look at what we got inside of here. It's not the biggest toy room because I haven't got the most amount of space. I basically just grab what I like when I see it, and sometimes we'll do features on it and things, you know. It is what it is. But let's keep going. So we've got a Phantom Menace era Star Wars watch hanging on the wall here. I'm sure these things would be worth thousands of millions of pounds one day. Probably not. Up the top of here, here's a bit of paper signed by Temple Tudor and the stiff little fingers, which I got at a gig because they were all at, and they were all sat in a caravan. That was kind of cool. Over here we have the new version of the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. So basically, it's a reproduction of the original. I don't think it's too bad as far as these things go. I mean, these Kenner figures never looked that amazing to begin with, and this looks roughly like what it was. I know a lot of people don't like these, but I think I'm not going to get the real one, so might as well just have that. We've got a vampire Pez right here. If you're going to have any Pez on the wall, have a vampire one. And of course, the amazing Mego Plague of the Zombies. You get a good look at his zombie face, which is just fantastic. Stuff of nightmares. I love this film. Had to buy this. Well, had to have this, you know. What have we got up here? We have an alien in the corner. Everything in here was basically found at car boot sales and charity shops and fairs and stuff. So all things found in the wild, which is why nothing is in perfect condition or has its accessories. A couple of things boxed, but not really much. Mainly I find stuff like this for a couple of quid in a charity shop and think, yeah, I'll have that. And I've got the bootleg one here as well, which is a very weird looking thing, of course. A little place I visited once in Vegas, well, in, what do you call it, Nevada. Cool place. So up here, another charity shop find. We have the Fisher-Price Adventure People helicopter, which I thought I would hang up here because why not, man? It's got a bit of a broken thing on it. I mean, that's the whole thing. These are all broken or discoloured or something because they're just cheap. You know, I buy them, I like them. We've got a bat over here. I've got a video DVD poster for The Wrong Turn, of course. And here is a concept Darth Vader. So they released these a few years back. Star Wars figures based on the original concept artwork, which is a pretty cool idea, I think. I really like these, and they got like collector coins, like the old, you know, the old '80s ones did. Always with the spare heads and stuff, and spare hands these days. Everything seems to have that. But I like these. I really want to get the R2-D2 and C-3PO one. I know they're not hard to find, but I haven't found them, you know, out in the wild. I don't want to get stuff off eBay particularly. When I see the C-3PO and R2-D2 ones, I'll definitely buy those, because they come in a set, and the C-3PO looks a bit like Metropolis, which is kind of what it was based on. So we'll move down, from Fantasy World Exeter, you can go and get yourself a lovely Friday the 13th hockey mask, always cool. We've got Christopher Lloyd from Who Framed Roger Rabbit stuck up here as well. Great toy. I used to have all of these rubber Roger Rabbit toys. This is a weird thing, found at a car boot sale. He's a character from Doctor Who 1965, a weird looking, sort of slug looking thing, kind of similar to the old Games Workshop, like the Metal Warhammer kind of stuff. Came out in the 90s, weird thing, you don't see them every day, so I thought I'd have to just, you know, grab it. Grab it when you see it, man. We move down here, and we have the, what was it, the 30th anniversary NECA Freddy Krueger, of course. If you want to have a quick look inside of here, I don't know, you might do. Very detailed figure. This is what figures are like these days. It's even got the little foam with the tongue coming out of it, and the weird different faces and stuff. Skull face there. It's a cool thing, man. I cannot doubt that it's a cool thing. I'm not really that into them because I like my figures to be a bit weird and quirky. I like the old stuff because of how weird it could be. These are old Lego or Duplo, I believe. I don't know. Can't remember. But yeah, we moved down here, and another present from Tim, of course. Wonderful. Evil Dead 2, and very, very well rendered statue of Ash. Very good, man. Yeah. I mean, a lot of detail goes into this. You've got the book and the tape player and stuff down there as well. I mean, one day it'd be great to kind of like have a nice shelf system, I don't know, glass cabinet to kind of display these in at some point, but for the time being, they're just going to like stay suspended where they are, really. Move down here to the amazing He-Man book. Yeah, this is so good. If you ever see this out there, go and buy it. It's so damn good. It's basically a list of every single He-Man figure that ever came out, really, as you can see from the bottom. It's just great. I mean, if we open up a little bit of it, film a little bit of it in there, different character guides, you know, it is what it is. It's exactly what you think it is. Very good stuff. We'll move down here. There's a few more books down here. So we got like TV 21, which was an old classic. Some Elvis specials. Won't go madly into the books. Spectrum, coding your Spectrum. Everyone, you know, has to do that. Some Transformer books down here as well. We've got a bunch of the, got Star Trek, we've got a bunch of the Indiana Jones, the old Marvel sort of graphic comics, annuals, Marvel, Star Wars. I love the Star Wars books that go, basically continue after The Empire Strikes Back and after the original Star Wars. Basically the in-between film books, they're really good. Down here we've got some Viz #1 and Viz #2. Which is just fantastic. They started reproducing these Tales from the Crypt books as well. I want to get some more of these because these are really, really good. Need to read this properly. And I found this the other day in a charity shop. This was the Beano Dandy sticker album, almost complete. This is a real relic of my childhood, as I had that and I loved it so much. And now I have it again. So we'll move up here. So hanging on the door frame here, we've got this lovely pumpkin carving apron. That's right, and Cyberdog tag next to it because of course you know you have to. And right here hanging up is a Tower of Terror. Basically, as you can see, do not disturb. Picture number. It's a cool thing. It's one of those things you get from like Disneyland or Disney World or whatever. And I don't know. It's a cool thing, man. Just in a box of junk in a charity shop. I mean, you have to grab these things when you see them because they're interesting. Isn't that right? Possibly. Some cool little coasters up here of 50s B movies and a, you know, just normal stuff. A Dawn of the Dead pull-out poster, of course. And up here we've got one of these things that was like the those toys directed at girls where you put them on the little things and they fly off. They're like little fireflies or whatever you call them. This is the boy equivalent of that, apparently. I can't remember what they're called. Dragonflies, I think, were the ones designed... or ones aimed at girls. These ones, I can't remember what they're called now, but you see them everywhere. Kind of funny things. You never see the things they launch off, though. Those have all been destroyed or something. There's a Terminator here. An alien I found the other week with wings, and he's obviously flying away with a Power Ranger who doesn't look too happy about the whole situation. He's dribbled some gravy down his front as well. So, yeah, and then we move down to a, this is one of the Terminators from that kit where you pour the stuff in and it gives them skin, if anyone remembers this thing. Yeah, cool thing. I used to have it. This is all that remains. So I blue tacked it to this wall. So, yeah, you see this is called the Dungeon, because I love the London Dungeon, so I called it the Dungeon. You see what I did there. And it was originally just a small utility cupboard with a meter in it. But we put a bit of flooring down, a bit of carpet down there, and yeah, it's kind of become the toy room. So I guess we'll go in slowly and have a look and see what's in there. So yeah, there's a Willow figure here hanging up. The magic within. Who is it? Is it an evil soldier? Yeah, it is. So they're a bit like Warhammer, a bit like Games Workshop stuff. Just little kind of little soldier figurines, really. They're not really figures because they don't move, you know. We have another one. We have Willow himself just over here, an unboxed one. He's been put in a kind of case. Yeah. So yeah, not much to them, but when I was a kid, I would have just loved to have a Willow figure of any kind. So yeah, so they basically, yeah, kind of why I bought it, really. On this wall, there's lots of space to put more stuff up and down these walls, which is the plan eventually. We have a Star Wars Lego watch right here with a Darth Vader on the bottom of it and a little Lego logo. I think it's a cool thing, you know, it is what it is. Over here we have some practical jokes, which I love these things. Snapping chewing gum, fake dog poop, blood capsules, the fake cigarette, of course, and the dirty face soap, that's right. So, yeah, fun times. I notice how the modern equivalent of the chewing gum now is deliberately made. This is called Happy Mint, so people really would get a shock. This one here says, shock, pull here, chewing gum. So the idiot who falls for this definitely deserves it, you know. Come on, guys. Right, so we'll go up here now. I don't know where to start, really. There's some Monster in My Pockets up here. So the lighting, there's various different lights in this place. I've kind of put them all on just so we can see more clearly, because I figured that would be a good idea. There's some Monster in My Pockets up here. Star Trek There's some Star Trek figures. These are the Galoob Star Trek figures that came out. We have Riker, we've got the rarer Q over here, and then we've got Data. He is the screen accurate Data, so not the speckled Jim and all that stuff. Then we've got Worf down here. Yeah, I'm going to clarify on this. They made different versions of Data. One had a speckly face, one had like a sort of a more tanned look to him. Yeah, weird. But this is the proper one. I think they used them at screen tests and they couldn't decide which one was going to be used, so they made like 3 of them. I've got the boring one. We've got Worf down here, and then down the bottom here we've got Tasha Yar, which is cool. And I've got a few more of these figures elsewhere. Basically, I was collecting them for a while because they're kind of interesting, because the Playmates ones are quite famous and they're kind of everywhere, but these you don't really see as much, and I really wanted them when I was a kid because they're the same size as like Star Wars, so you could kind of interact and stuff. Yeah, I ended up finding a bunch of these quite cheap. These have all been picked up in charity shops and stuff again, like I say, you know. Pretty good stuff, and donated as well, which is very nice. Over here we've got like a mini Mastermind, and this bloke here. I've decorated a lot of the background of these shelves with old like sort of leaflets and things, like a lot of Who stuff decorating the back of here. So yeah, up here we've got some Star Wars. I've taken the carbonite out. I've got to tell you that right now because I had to put the carbonite on the wall, because you've got to do that. So that's just the rest of the figure in there, and these came in a bundle, like the Star Trek ones. I wouldn't normally have bought them. Playmates, later Star Trek films, not really my thing, but they're quite interesting. And this one here has got like a little kind of design your own alien competition, and also he's wearing an outfit that wasn't used in the film eventually. So yeah, that's a thing. So another prototype type thing, really. They changed their mind and then they still brought the figures out. I don't know. We have an Anti-Eternia He-Man over here, so I don't really know the full detail of that. It's a comic book thing, I think, but I thought the figure was really cool. He's a real mean-looking He-Man. We have been through this one before. You can go back and watch the... there's some other toy collection videos I did. I thought I'd do another one now because it's been a while, so it's changed a bit. You know, there's more stuff in it, basically. Here's a Charles Manson, an inflatable Charles Manson. There you go, and some sexy playing cards up there next to this lady holding some eggs and a lifeguard. So yeah, it's what you want, really. It's what you want. Leatherface with a "Eat Me" sign sticking out of his eye because life exists no matter what we do. And there's a little man coming out of there as well. There's a whole bunch of these dotted around the house. Actually, they're everywhere. There's a canine who's the wrong colour. So Dapole, I did a video on Dapole a while ago, so we'll cover the second shelf now, Doctor Who shelf. So the Dapole stuff, a lot of it's wrong. So Davros has got one too many arms, and Canine's the wrong colour, and John Pertwee's too tall, Tom Baker's too short, and he hasn't got his hat or his scarf. Basically, Dapole were like the worst people in the world to make figures. I don't know how the hell they got the, how they managed to get the license to make Doctor Who figures. Speaking of the Who, to make Doctor Who figures, but they did. Some of them are quite liked, don't get me wrong. The Sea Devil's brilliant. I like the Cyberman. I like the Ice Warrior. You know, not so much that guy. But yeah, for me, I love them all because they're a piece of my childhood. But when you look back on them now and you think, fucking hell, what were they thinking, man? But I still love them. There's a quark here as well. I think it's called a quark. I could be wrong. Doctor Who fans will come for me. Colin Baker at the back here. That's one of the modern figures. You can see the difference, right? Yeah, it's not hard to see, is it? Dapole lost the license eventually. Basically, Dapole made model railways, so they had no real business making action figures because they didn't make any other action figures. So this was a real weird thing that happened here. But I'm glad it did, because what it did is it basically meant I was able to have Doctor Who figures as a child, which I would never ever have been able to otherwise. Now they're everywhere, including these little guys who are kind of like a sort of Lego knockoff, really. I'd like to collect the rest of these at some point, but I never bloody see them. I got these from like Doctor Who experiences and stuff a couple of years ago, but in little grab bags. But the problem with those little grab bags is you can't tell what's going to be in it, so you know. You end up with loads of the same. You end up with a load of fucking Matt Smiths is what you get. And not so much William Hartnell and Sylvester McCoy, but there you go. But the Daleks are cool. The Lego Daleks, or Lego Daleks are pretty cool. And the Cybermen as well, man. I mean, I mean, invade your Lego city with these knockoffs, right? Over here we got some horror stuff. So yeah, These are, so these three here were Burger King toys, basically. Really cool, Universal monsters that came with Burger King meals. KFC and a few other people put some other ones out later on. I think they're very loosely based on the Remco ones that came out in the 80s, which I'd love to get hold of some of those. I never ever see them. And then obviously Reaction made the Bride of Frankenstein, and they put all these ones out behind them as well, which are also incredibly cool. The more horror, the more universal horror, the better, right? There's this little fella up here as well. You'll see lots of Monster in My Pockets and stuff dotted around the room. Like there. I have no idea what to do with them, to be honest. Here's a sort of Frankenstein guy. I think he might have been carrying a tray at some point. The zombie butler, a little book on werewolves behind there, and Little Dracula, or Lil Dracula, as it's written down. I don't know much about him, but he was from the 90s. I must have kind of passed it by, really. There's a Chucky there as well. So you go back to the top. So we'll go back to the top shelf now, and we'll have a look at these guys. So obviously you got the guard from Return of the Jedi, and next to him is Friar Tuck. Now the hilarity of these figures were Kenner just reused a bunch of Star Wars stuff when they made their Robin Hood, Prince and Thieves figures because they, I don't know, money and stuff. They just thought it'd be cheaper to do it this way. I kind of feel bad for the actor who played Friar Tuck when they said, "You're getting your own figure." He would have been like, "Oh wow, he's seen the other ones, you know. How cool are they? You see the Kevin Costner and all that? Yeah, okay, let's have a look at mine then." "Oh, well, with yours, we wanted to save a few quid, so we just snapped the head off a big green pig and stuck your head on him. Thanks. Thanks a lot." But they're cool though. You know, side by side, they work. Behind them, we have the Terminator figures, of course, the liquid metal arse rocket launcher guy. Google that one. And yeah, the other Terminator figures, they were really cool. There's loads of these to collect. Loads and loads of them. I think they're made by Kenner as well. And they've got Last Action Hero, who also works as a Terminator figure, to be fair. We always used it as that. There's a three-headed dog. I don't really know the origins of that, but he's here. The fridge with the head inside of it, we all know about that. And the fridge with a head in it, we all know about that. And yeah, the Barbie piano. The piano actually works like a proper piano. It's a cool thing. I love the Barbie piano. It's a proper instrument, like it plays in tune. It's a good thing. It's got some barnyard animals on top of it, because why not? And there's the money box behind the skull, if anyone remembers that early video. We'll move down to the third shelf. So the third shelf, we're good on here. We've got some Slammer-Whammers stuck to here. These are the Universal Monster Pogs. Can't say Pog, copyright. These are the Universal Monster Slammer-Whammers that came out, and I loved them. I had loads of them as a child, and I don't have them anymore. So if you've got a bunch of these knocking around your house and you don't want them, send them to us. You'll find an address on our About page on the YouTube channel. You actually will, you know, if you want to. I don't mind at all. So here is Mum-Ra, yeah. Mum-Ra's pretty cool. I found him in a charity shop recently. And a weird thing with Mum-Ra, right? I found this figure loose, with nothing else with him, just in a box of like children's toys in a charity shop for £1. And I thought, well, I've got to buy Mum-Ra for £1. And then I went to another charity shop down the road a few days later, and they had a big box of like wrestling figures. And in that box, they had this head bit, the light-up bit for his back, the axe, and this Mum-Ra. It's all in that box with the modern wrestling figures. So I bought them, obviously, and completed my little Mum-Ra-y thing. I've had this guy for years and years. A little vinyl Mum-Ra as well. So I've got a good Mum-Ra corner going on, and some more Monster in My Pockets, obviously. So behind him we have the, I can't remember, the Black Star. That's right, Black Star. You flick their backs and sparks happen in the in those bits there. I really want to get the orange dragony guy. I don't know much about Black Star, what any of the figures are called. I just had them as a child. I always thought they were like sort of knockoff bootlegs, but they're not. He-Man, we've got a mixture of old and new He-Man in here, because we've got the old ones I've had for years, and a couple of new ones I picked up at flea markets, etc., toy fairs. There's a couple of knockoff pirates you can see at the back there. They're probably a bit out of focus. That was from a car boot sale. The same with the sort of Arnie-looking guy, the knockoff Hulk Hogan, whoever the hell this is, and this. There's all these weird bootleg, some bootleg gladiators there. I love these bootleg figures, and I find them at car boot sales all the time, and no one ever knows what to do with them, so they're always really cheap. A couple of quid here and there. Good stuff. Obviously, a few of these came from toy fairs. The Faker, you can't find that in the wild anywhere. We have a few more with the Supernatural, which I love, the hologram figures. Yeah, so more He-Man stuff, more He-Man stuff, more He-Man stuff. So there's the Battle Armor original He-Man and Skeletor. We've got a few things over here. Yeah, I mean, you can see it, you know, too bad. You know all these figures, right? Moduloc, little miniature Skeletor right here. Hordak is just a classic. I bought him at the last toy fair I went to. I love Hordak. And this bloke with the pincher as well. There's an original He-Man here. I don't have original Skeletor. There's a lot of He-Man missing, because He-Man's hard to get these days, because people are putting, like, way too much money on it. Here's a couple of food fighters. You want to talk about rare figures. These guys, you never see them anywhere in England. I don't know what it is. I never see them at toy fairs or anywhere else, or antique centres or anything. They're just never anywhere to be seen, and I love them. Maybe they were bigger in America. I don't know. I never ever saw them in England as a child. These are things I've definitely found out about as an adult. And obviously, the older you get, the more you want food action figures for some reason. We'll move along. There's a Battle Beast there. Found him in a charity shop as well. Along with this, he was in the box of like old sort of like paper clips and like hairnets and shit in the corner of a charity shop. I just don't know. 20p marked on him. Because I just guess no one, you know, if you don't know, then you're not going to have a clue what that is, I suppose. Orko's hat. I need Orko's hat. I can never find one. His little tiny vinyl figure again. They came with a kind of set, the Thundercats vinyl figures, which I used to have years and years ago. But yeah, I pick them up every now and then. We have a Care Bear, and this bloke kind of like a mask figure, but not sort of a knockoff mask. There's a more monster in my pockets down here. I like how Moduloc still has his gun and things. It's all good. It's all good. Right, so we'll move down to the next shelf, which is a bit weird. So there's a meter thing here. This is our like meter. So when people come to read the meters, I have to move some stuff around, and they take a look around and they go, what the fuck have I just walked into? Which is always an amazing reaction to witness. I do enjoy that. So here's his little skeleton man. Yeah, he's cool, isn't he? Definitely. And a wizard. You won't pass. He shall not pass. Look at him. He's got like a sort of Conehead thing going on. He's from a sort of knockoff of Dungeons and Dragons toy line called like something Wizards and Warlords or something. I can't remember. If only I could remember it. But he's basically one of those cheap sort of knockoff figures. Speaking of cheap knockoffs. Look at that face. This is Rambo. Rambo has no articulation and he's holding a big knife. But you can tell it's Rambo though, can't you? Obviously. And we've got Popeye and Olive Oil down here. And Tony the Tiger. And we zoom back a little bit here. They're all stood on top of the Alpha Probe. That's what it's called. The Alpha Probe Fisher-Price Adventure People shuttle. That's right. So there's a couple of them on here. Obviously there's the pilots right there. Pepsi Man. And I call him Pepsi Man because look, it's bloody Pepsi, isn't it? Look at that. And next to him is the Green Cross code. No, the helicopter, rescue helicopter guy. And we've got a bootleg sort of Vader looking, weird looking figure here. And you press the button. Do I press the button? Yeah, he never shuts the fuck up. That's the thing. It's going for like half an hour now. No, it's not that bad. But yeah, you get your press worth out of that button, don't you? It's still going now. And also, you can change the batteries. I thought he was broken for a while, and I changed his battery, and it works again now. It's always been a bit on-off, to be fair, but he lights up. He's cool. And behind there, we have a few other things. There's a sort of pre-Power Ranger dude going on there from Banzai, I think they were called. A couple of trolls in the background. Always good to have a few trolls. I like to keep them in the comments if I can. Yeah, a couple of sort of knockoff Star Wars really. Cyborg Chewbacca and a sort of brown Darth Vader. Galaxy Warriors, I think they were called. And you've got a knockoff cop as well back there. Space Police, that line was called. Basically, it's a rip-off of Space Precinct. Who would have thought we ever needed that? I don't know who this is. I think he's supposed to be Sylvester Stallone, but I'm not too sure really. And then we've got A-Team and what do you call them? Not G.I. Joe. Action Force. That's right. A few Action Force figures dotted around there. We got some more Adventure People as well. It's all a bit of a mess, this shelf, which is why I kind of like it that way. Some A-Team baddies. There's a sort of knockoff Skeleton Man right there. He's kind of like a bootleg Fortnite figure, I think. He doesn't move, no articulation, but I think he's one of tomorrow's bootlegs we'll all be collecting. And here is a robotics figure. Robotics are made by Milton Bradley, and they were like great big box sets of like Connects type things, but they had little figures that went inside the ships and all that. It was cool. It's a cool line. You don't see it much around. Tron. It's like a modern Tron figure right here from the Kingdom Hearts range that came out. It's pretty cool. Didn't see many Tron things around, so you know, had to buy it. And yeah, we've got a couple more adventure people here. We've got the aliens. So he's green with yellow eyes. He's got his own little cool shuttle going on, and then there's a robot one behind him, which is always another good thing. Indiana Jones from the late noughties, I found at a boot sale. He's got an actual little gun inside of there and a little whip that hooks on. Quite a well detailed figure, really. Came out at the same time as Crystal Skull, but we don't hold that against him because he is the original Indy, of course. And over here we've got a couple of original Thomas the Tank Engine, of course, gotta love that. I mean, that's my childhood right there. And some Micro Machines, because I love Micro Machines. I started collecting those again a while back. And then we move on to a couple of sort of modern figures. I don't really do modern action figures much, but this guy grabbed me because he's got like a scary ass apocalyptic Easter Bunny mask on with some Easter egg hand grenades. And yeah, the slippers are what did it for me. Absolutely fantastic. What a cool figure. Really weird, really out the box, man. Next to Baron Ironblood, he just looks fantastic. And you have Captain Kirk over here looking quite stern as well from the motion picture. And the SAS right behind there. So yeah, I just think he kind of fits in pretty well, really. And then you've got the roller skating action figure here. I'm not too sure what they're called again. I can't really remember. But he's cool. He looks like something from like I don't know, one of those 80s apocalyptic films where everyone has roller skates and rollerblades. This guy would also fit in one of those films quite well, I think. And this person, he's kind of got like a monster version of a hat pulled over his face and an Ali G jacket and some cool socks. Yeah, I love it. I mean, there's some really cool, weird looking modern figures out there. I quite enjoy them. I pick them up at like boot sales and stuff because they're, well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And the A-Team, of course. I didn't really ever like the G.I. Joe figures particularly. I don't like the rubber band in the middle and the flimsiness. These guys just fall over. There's really nothing to them. They don't really stand up. They don't stand up to the test of time. Their outfits are rubbish. I mean, the A-Team, we all love the A-Team, but these figures weren't very good. We might as well just face it. They did a good job on the heads, and the rest of it, they just kind of went, oh, fuck you. You get this. This is what you get. So we move down here now, and the lighting might get a bit worse because the lighting's not so great in here. There's a grimace. Toxic Avenger. So this Toxic Avenger DVD is signed by Lloyd Kaufman. I found that in a charity shop as well. It's just quite a cool thing to find. There's only like a few of them done or whatever. But had to buy it, and we've got a few Toxic Avenger figures, or Toxic Crusader figures right in front of it. I found this guy in a charity shop for 80p recently, which is such a good deal, and also he glows in the dark. He's a really cool figure. I love this kind of stuff. This is like the Toxic shelf, because you've got all the fast food stuff here as well, and Mighty Max. So you've got Colonel Sanders' USB stick in the middle there, and of course the McDonald's stuff down the bottom there as well. But I want to get more of the Toxic Crusader line. Obviously everyone does now. They suddenly become really popular. There's the only Funko Pops that I have, and the only Funko Pop I'll ever have, because I actually quite like that one, because it's a weird one, isn't it? Colonel Sanders himself. We move along. We have some more McDonald's stuff, and you know, as a Back to the Future Marty McFly figure, Muscle Men, and over here we have, we'll zoom out, we've got some Biker Mice, because Biker Mice are pretty cool. They were quite a cool line. Sting, here is the champion, because he has the belt to prove it, a Galoob WCW figure. We'll move away from this to, yeah, Mighty Max, that's right. A very incomplete Skull Island here, and some little Mighty Max ones. And yeah, these are in various states of completion. Some of them have all the little people inside of them, others don't. I haven't got the little spider nose for him. I'd like to get hold of that. I managed to find the little legs for the Fly separately, and that one is complete, I believe. And yeah, they're a really cool line. I had loads of Mighty Max growing up. I loved them, and been getting a few of them recently here and there. I only buy them if they're really cheap though, so I don't care if they're completed. I can do that along the way. I'm sure I'll find little Mighty Maxes dotted around in shops at various places. Thrift stores, as they're called in America, always have that kind of thing going. We've got some Star Wars versions of Mighty Max down here. These are actually Micro Machine Star Wars heads with little people in them. Yeah, and the Micro Machine City, which is San Francisco, of course. I've talked about this before, I think. I don't know, maybe. I think we did a whole video on Gloob stuff a while back. So you can go and watch that if you want to see it all get set up and all that. Down here we got some really old school videos. Now, I love my horror movies. Well, this channel, we love our horror movies. So, let's bring some of these out. Some of these big box old video nasties from the 80s. The amazing nostalgia, Drops of Blood. That's the only information you're getting. I loved it when they had this weird kind of like pebble effect on videos as well. And these amazing library cover cases. So yeah, some really good stuff in here. Let's pick out a few more just to have a little look at. It's Alive, absolutely fantastic. Look at that box art. Great. And look at the back of it. It's just kind of black and white, like sort of photocopied, you know. I love that. And another favourite hit of mine right here is Shockwaves, because that's a beautiful, beautiful box. I love the fact it's a PG. Shockwaves I don't think was ever a PG. So it's about, you know, sort of Nazi zombies hiding in the sea. We've got the cool Guild home video right there. These things are hard to find now. I had so many VHS, big boxes, horror films, Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, look for instance. I had so much of this stuff growing up. I gave a load of it away, and now you just never see it. So we've also got some Betamax and some Video 5000, I think it was called. Is it Video 5000? Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that look. That ain't your normal videotape, is it? That is Video 2000. These are supposed to be like a better line of tape, like better quality and stuff, and they cost hundreds of pounds. And no one could afford them, or the players that played them. So they become like a weird kind of lost relic, a thing of the past. And we also have Betamax as well. Now Betamax Extra here, look, and this has just been passed for people to watch. Look, passed only for persons of 18. Passed means the video nasty scandal that happened in the 80s when everything got banned and everyone got prosecuted. Some of these films were allowed to exist, and this is one of them, but only on Betamax. Yeah, this one's got loads of mould on it, so this would never play again. But it's a cool example. Also because Betamax didn't normally look like this. They only had one window in them. I will show you what I mean by that in a jiffy. So here is here is the Beatles, the complete Beatles, which is a pretty boring documentary about the Beatles, to be honest. But we open it up, and yeah, that's what Betamax generally look like, you see. But yeah, so we've got like some other ones. Star Wars trilogy before it got all, you know, fucked around with. It's nice to have these. A great example to see what these films used to look like before the dark times, before the Empire. So right over here we have another one of these guys. Look, yeah, I can't remember their names. I don't know what they're called. But we've got some Batman figures on the wall here. Batman 89 by Toy Biz. I love these. Most people hate them. I really like them. And you've got the Batman here before they got the likeness, the amazing likeness of Michael Keaton. Yeah, they went with the generic comic book big chinned version. And eventually they went with this little like round-headed version when they were allowed to have likeness. But that's not particularly great either. But yeah, some more box figures here. We've got Turtle Fighters. This is a Turtles bootleg figure, and you can tell, can't you? Amazing thing of beauty, right? And there's a Klingon down here, Playmates Klingon. So where to go next? I guess we will we'll go down here. So right behind here is a bunch of rare CDs, mainly bootlegs. There's also some weird kind of movie soundtracks. The soundtrack, the bootleg soundtrack album to Day of the Dead, and there's some Goblin in there and stuff. I love all that. There's some bootleg Beach Boys and Beatles stuff in there, because I collect a lot of that as well. There's some Nirvana as well, all kinds of things. There's a bunch of weird, rare DVDs as well stuck in behind them. I won't go through all of that right now. It's all there. Down here we got like video disc CED, so we talked about these before, and there's some Laserdisc Faulty Towers in there as well. A bunch more things down here, some He-Man and Turtles books. We have on the floor here is the stuff that my daughter plays with that I love as well. So we have the Count from Sesame Street. We also have the Amazing Grocery Gang, which are a really cool toy line. Very much like the Food Fighters, but a modern version of the Food Fighters, basically. She'll come in here and play with them, and maybe some of the Pogs. So it's a room for kids and adults, really. You know, if she ever wants to watch Doctor Who and the Silurians, then well, that's tough shit because we ain't got a video player. But you can look at it, and there's some cards down here as well. A few figures up here. Everyone knows who that is. And that, and the Pogs, so there's a load of Pogs inside of there. It's a Pog game. Here we have the animated Batmobile, a big box of big box of all kinds of McDonald's toys and stuff in there. Yeah, some of these guys, they're amazing. I can't remember the names. Yeah, can't remember the names of them now. Smash Balls, are they called? Yeah, Smash Balls, that's right. They're really cool, man. They're a lot of fun. They remind me of the stuff we had as kids. Teddy scares and all that sort of stuff. There's another one there. And there's a scary, evil robot monkey. Indeed. And Ed the Duck. Everyone remembers Ed the Duck. And there's a Doctor Who tin here. So there's all kinds of stuff really piled up here. As you can see, a pocket TV. A weird little... Alright, mate. He's boring you. Okay. R2-D2 and C-3PO right here, Burger King toys. I love this. That's just fantastic, isn't it? What a thing, right? Here's the Cadbury's Buttons figures that came out. I mean, why the fuck would you want them? Well, I obviously do, because I've got them all here, displayed like a shop. Easter figures, man. Why would you not have a collection of Easter toys, right? You've got Christmas ones, haven't you? No. Beast Wars, yeah. 90s Star Wars stuff here. Jabba the Hutt and the Rock'em Sock'em droid robots. That's a whole lot of fun, actually, right there. Bought that from a car boot sale, very, very cheaply. We've even got Banana Man, Banana Blaster stuck in there. So we'll move on to, so as you can get the idea, if you zoom out here, so that's what that looks like. That's that whole shelf up there. And now we'll move in to a few more things. So here's a Star Trek. You look into that and you can see images from all the Star Trek films, from all the films that matter anyway, all the Kirk films, man. A couple of Batmobiles, because Hot Wheels are doing those now, and I think they're really cool, and I'll keep collecting them if I keep seeing them, because I like the old Ertl ones, which we have here. Seen better days, but they're cool things. Here they are. A mask figure, of course, and we have the Crash Dummies. I want to get more Crash Dummies. I don't really like these Hot Wheels, the modern Crash Dummy versions they did. I don't like those at all. The original ones, though, were great, fantastic. Ghostbusters figures. If you want to go and look at these things in action, then we did a couple of shorts, kind of like showcasing these. We've got a lot of Ghostbuster stuff picking up. Batman, there's the third Batman character from Toy Biz, Bob the Goon. They wanted Marlon Wayans to play Robin in Batman Returns, and then it never happened, but they still made the figure, and then they just kind of painted him white, because they just thought, well, you know, people might get confused, perhaps. Who knows? Apparently that's the whole reason for it. Some more animated Batman stuff here. There you go, that guy there with grappling hook and all that. And then we move up to this shelf. So we've got the 90s astronaut with a handgun. And then from Cocoa Pops, we have the giraffe. I can't remember his name. It might come to me later on. I don't know. Here we got a King Arthur action figure. I don't know what that range is all about. Weird. I found it in a charity shop again, quite cheap. Bucky O'Hare figures, because we all remember Bucky O'Hare. There's a Stormtrooper there, Lego Stormtrooper, and some little Star Wars things we got out of a machine at one point. One of those little vending machines. Extreme Dinosaurs, I don't know much about them. I like the Street Sharks, I don't know much about the dinosaurs though, so you know, if you can tell me anything about them, I don't know. If you want to swap one for a decent Street Shark, perhaps. Jurassic Park, dinosaur right here as well. And there's a couple of Star Wars at the back there, and there's the rest of the Robin Hood figures at the back. And then we move on to the Star Wars stuff. So a mixture of old, new, and all kinds of stuff. Mainly old, actually. Some 90s Power of the Force stuff as well. There's a fairly, you know, adequate range in there. Not loads. I haven't got loads of Star Wars figures. I used to have almost everything as a child. Again, got rid of foolishly in my teens because I wanted to go out and party and stuff and give all my toys away to other kids. Well, it's being nice, being stupid. But I bought some of these back again because they're kind of cool. I see them, if I see them, I'll buy them if they're cheap enough. That kind of thing. I'm not like actively collecting them, but I like them. There's a cool Boba Fett in a little case here though, and a bib for Tuna right here, as you can see. Almost complete. Needs his little staff, and then I guess he would be. But yeah, and we've got a few other weird Phantom Menace-y stuff that came out, like that candy thing there. You stick a lollipop in his head and it spins around for no reason at all. There's a few other weird things dotted around over here. As you can see, Big Boss Man, a few strange kind of like Hot Wheel toys and like Burger King and Monster Pockets and stuff. Some gangsters right there. So we'll move on to this bit here now, this shelf here. We've got some Nightmare Before Christmas as well. And we zoom down here, and here are the Boglins. So we've got a lot of mini Boglins. I've had those for a long time knocking about. Found this bloke in my dad's attic. I forgot I had this one. It was a great thing to find him again. And some more mini ones there. This bloke here, I found him at a car boot sale a couple of weeks back. And he's got no eyes. Someone had taken the eye mechanism out. He's supposed to have eyes that move around. So I popped a couple of marbles in there. And I think it kind of works. It's quite freaky, isn't it? Makes him look even scarier. And we've got this guy at the top here, look. Yeah. So yeah, the Boglin corner, man. Everyone needs a corner of their house, like a sort of shrine to kind of Boglins. Because, you know, why wouldn't you? And I had a few of my old Seditionary shirts here, because I love all the punk stuff. Sex Pistols and all that. So yeah, this is made by Seditionaries London, I believe they're called. Bloke in London who makes these on the internet. You can get them on eBay and stuff, and he customises them and stuff. You know, this one's the Black Hand Gang, which is cool. It's got like a black hand thing on there. Yeah, I got a load more of these as well behind. Loads of old kind of like punk shirts and all that kind of stuff. Way too many to kind of start getting them out, and everything will fall down if I do that, because that's kind of how the setup is in here anyway. We'll move over now to the top shelf in this corner. Again with an alien head and some turtles. Yeah, on one of those turtle go-karts. The go-kart, again, found at a boot sale for like 20p. This is how you got to do it. This is how you got to do it. You've got to keep vigilant, keep looking, and find stuff really, really cheap. That's the way to do it. Some Kenner Alien and Predator stuff over here. Ripley in the corner, looking nothing like Ripley. There we go, that guy, what's he called again? Leatherhead, I think he was called, the Turtles Crocagator. And we've got Shredder over here, and Casey Jones, and Gordon Gecko. So yeah, there's a whole bunch, there's a cool Turtles fan club badge over here as well, next to Mum-Ra and stuff. Yeah, I love all this, you know, it's just good stuff. It's like the 90s shelf, really. And then we've got the Jumping Beans in the corner there, because, you know, you've got to have them. Captain Planet, Conan figure, Peter Pan, and Han Solo in Carbonite up there on the wall where he belongs. And, yeah, a couple of the old Playmates, Dick Tracy figures right there. The Skeleton Warriors, they're really cool. He's quite complete. He's got loads of... I don't know if he's complete. I think he is. He's got all this, like, stuff there, yeah. Yep, that thing fires. There's a Mad Bull there. There's a Mad Bull there. Another Skeleton Warrior. We move up here, we've got some Spitballs, Jason and Victim Spitball. They're really, really fucking cool, man. I want to get some more Spitballs and Mad Balls, because they were really fun, like fun 90s things. Again, everyone wants them now, so they're all snapping them up. Some McDonald's 3D glasses right there, Toffee Hammer. Yeah. So we move down here to these, Sectors, I believe they were called. He doesn't come with this skull on a stick. I just thought it looked good in his hand. But yeah, I like this range. They were really cool. I've had this Fly Bloke for years and years and years. I got this one recently. I pick them up if they're cheap enough, if I see them, another thing like that. Another little Mighty Max shrunken head thing here. And some trolls. So like Stone Protector, Troll Warriors, whatever the hell they're called. Interesting ranges. Like trying to like market the trolls for action figures, which is a really weird idea. That bloke's like stuck in there looking horrified. There's just something about trolls. I quite like them. My wife hates them. She's freaked out by them. But I think they're kind of cool. Here's a prized possession, a Colin Baker autograph. To me personally, my dad got this for me when I was quite young, when I was a child. I don't think I'd seen a single... To be completely honest, actually, here, I don't think I'd seen a single Colin Baker episode yet when I got this autograph. Obviously, now I've seen them all, but yeah, as a child, I grew up in the days of VHS. You know, you got what you could get. You know, they weren't showing Doctor Who on TV, so you might find some old VHS in places. There wasn't much Colin Baker stuff about, really, or Sylvester McCoy. You'd find Tom Baker and John Pertwee VHS tapes. And that's basically what I grew up on. But I'm really grateful for this. I love the fact I still got it. It's fantastic. So yeah, a cool thing. A cool thing. Over here we have some little Transformers. Nothing old, but apart from that, I think is a weird little ball with Optimus Prime in it. I cannot remember where that came from. All I remember is I got it at some point in the early 90s, I think. So that is an old thing. I just don't know, like, what the relevance of it is exactly. Search for Spock, bit of promotional stuff behind there, bit of Beach Boys up there, because you got a lot of the Beach Boys. Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, cassette tape book. I did have the cassette tape years ago. God knows what happened to that. Here is the Video Dead. That's right. That's a good film if you ever see it. I mean, it's not, but it is, if you know what I mean. One of those. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We move on to this side here, which is mainly just patches of various metal bands. There's a Hellraiser card right there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and Adam and the Ants patch as well, which is an awesome thing. I stuck the other one I had on a jacket. True fact. Here is Testament, Exodus and Slayer. So yeah, some cool stuff. Bad News, a Blackula poster thing here. Yeah, a little Qui-Gon Jinn card. I don't know where the hell that came from, actually. Yeah, some stuff you would normally stick on a wall, I guess. Motley Crue and Slayer and all that. There's a Congo figure here, which is that amazingly successful film made by the same writer of Jurassic Park. That's right, it did just as well as Jurassic. No, it didn't really. It flopped. No one ever talks about this film anymore. Basically, it's about a bunch of like I can't even fucking remember. Scary monkeys, genetically modified apes attacking people. Yeah, Bruce Campbell's in it very briefly. It's a good film, man. If you like watching shit, it's a good film. No, it's alright. It's alright. It's a bit of fun. And right here is Captain Simeon, I believe he was called. Just sort of grabbing on there because you've got to go by the apes. He's got like feet, hands like all monkeys have. Tis a cool thing. Tis a cool thing. So I think that is the pretty much the gist of the toy room there. So yeah, so this is the stuff that I've been collecting for a while now, and yeah, I will continue to collect it, I guess. What more to say about it? I don't know, but there we go. I thought I'd just share my little collection with you today. I've got some more stuff actually. We'll have a little look at the top shelf now. So this is another shelf of stuff that I have. This is the more kind of rarer stuff, I guess. So obviously you've got your Star Trek dolls here from the motion picture. Where are the other ones? We have the Klingon as well, and we have Spock in the corner. Classic Mego, their heads go grey and they look like zombies. That's kind of what happens there. There's a giant Aqua Year over here, Micronauts. There we go. It's a cool thing. He's boxed up. He's not in the best condition, to be honest. He's complete, and all of his stickers are in there. It's all a little bit tatty, but it's a cool thing, man. You don't really see it around much. And there's a Steve Austin doll there as well. He's pretty much perished, to be honest. A shell of his former self. Over here we've got Wurzel Gummidge, one of the head-changing Wurzel Gummidge dolls. He's in pretty bad shape as well. I've had to kind of like basically remake him using some paper mache because the inside of him is foam and it just disintegrates. So he's pretty much a genuine scarecrow in there. It's all just mush and mud and shit. So yeah, and obviously the Klingon. We have the Doctor Who doll, which is a classic, Tom Baker, perfect. Another Micronaut here, which is just a brilliant thing. Inside of here is like a little robot dude, time-traveling robot. I love the Micronauts. They're a really, really fun line. For some reason I have these two heads here. We won't go into that. little tweaky here from Buck Rogers. He's quite a rare figure now as well. Yeah, we've got Captain Spock. We've got amazing knockoff Sun Gold Freddy Krueger, Sharp Hand Joe, whatever the hell he was called. This thing here as well. A couple more bits of Star Wars. Mego Spider-Man. Some Beatles things. The big Darth Vader. You've got to have a big Darth Vader. Next to a little Darth Vader, very incomplete, and some Gremlins. And of course you go down here and we've got the Mego motion picture Star Trek characters, and there's a few more the Galoob Next Generation ones as well. And yeah, Spock's brother, of course. So we move back from here, and yeah, there's a few Hot Wheels things. The Beach Boys car, I mean, another weird thing in itself. Search for Spock figure, they're pretty hard to come by generally, and yeah, some Beatles Connects. So they're like another kind of Lego type thing, but not quite. But yeah, so there we go. That's the that is the collection of toys that I have at the moment. I thought I would share today. If that's what you're into, then yeah, there we go. So there you go. The toy room is growing. Certainly not in space, but in stuff, which is a bit worrying. Me and Bear would now like to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel over the last 2 years. We now have over 1,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. A milestone I never thought we would ever get to. So great stuff. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly Show.
Because there's no room left in hell. Die if you want to, you innocent